Right, just going to give a bit of a demo of how the dash works. I'll start the car up again. There you go. Click on the ignition. That comes the dash. Again, left door. Okay. RPM meter. At the moment it's sitting on about 1000 RPM. You basically get an incremental line coming up. Now if you can switch the miles per hour reading from miles to kilometres, just like that, just with that button there, same which changes the tacho. That's it. Then you've got fuel gauge, which is about 3/4. Then you've got oil, which generally starts off the top and then comes down somewhere around 30 to 45 psi of oil pressure. And then you've got water, which if you sit on the fan tends to sit about here. That won't come up for about another 2 or 3 minutes. And then you've got the alternator, which is reading absolutely fine. Yeah, and that's it. But yeah, it's a bit of a you get about 4 or 5 lines per 1000 RPM. You've also, when you're driving, you can't really see it at the moment because I'm not driving it, but there's a shift light here which says shift for when it's the engine detects that you can shift up a gear. So if you're under hard acceleration, it won't come on until you're about 4,500 RPM if you're gunning it. If you're just cruising around town and you're sitting at about 1500 RPM in 4th, occasionally it'll pop up the light and say you can go into 5th, and then you can just chunter along at sort of 30, 35 in 5th gear, doing just over 1000 RPM, and it'll happily sit there. Yeah, and that's it. I suppose the ventilation as well, I'll just demonstrate. So yeah, you've got, if you want the heater, nice and hot, then you've got 4 different levels of how high you want it. You've also got the ventilation for the cold version of the blowers, and then the windscreen one, which comes out right along the top there. Hot or cold. Yeah, there is air conditioning on this panel, but the air conditioning from the engine compartment has been removed, mainly to hide the engine bay up a bit. The compressor is still attached to the engine, but that could be removed and replaced with a blanking pulley, and that will save about 20-25 kilos of weight in the nose, which is not too shabby. There's also an air pump system that used to be in the engine bay, which used to take exhaust gas and put it back into the engine. It was an emissions thing that the Americans put in, and that's also been removed. Again, the air pump itself is still there and you can get a blanking pulley for it, but it doesn't do any damage leaving it there. It's just dead weight basically. So if you wanted to replace both of those, then you could, and that'd save a bit of extra weight.